Hello. Hey, Trooper Butch Guy, State Police. Do you have your license, registration, and your insurance? The reason I'm pulling you over, you're doing 55 miles per hour in a 35 mile per hour construction zone.
Pardon self. I didn't
It's all right. You're fine.
Whatsoever.
You're not being disrespectful at all.
I'm just traveling in my private property trying to get
Okay.
to the point of it.
Okay. We're not going to do this today. Okay, I just need your license, registration, and your insurance, okay?
I'm
So-
just traveling with my private property.
Okay. 20 from 2275. Can you copy a stop?
Just traveling with my private property.
I get it.
75 though.
Southbound Telegraph and Pembroke. Can you send me another unit, please?
I'm not trying to call.
Okay. Can I have your license?
4.
Okay. You don't have a driver's license?
I don't operate my property.
That's not how this works. Okay. I don't know if every time that this happens. Hey, firm. Just have a traveler in my presence. Do you have anything of the idea?
Absolutely.
Okay. Can I have that, please? What is that?
I don't want to give it to you.
I'm not going to keep it.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
When you said, can I have it?
Yeah.
I'm just
Okay.
trying to...
Do you have a driver's license? Okay. Can you put your hands on the steering wheel for me? Hey, hold on.
Sir, what are we doing?
I'm putting handcuffs on you because you don't have a driver's license. Listen, all I'm doing today is writing traffic and writing tickets. If you want to be arrested, we can go that route.
I don't want to be arrested.
I don't want to arrest you.
I don't want to be arrested.
I don't want to arrest you. I want to give you a speeding ticket and be on my way so you can be on your way. But you're going to make it difficult because you're a sovereign citizen.
No, I'm not a sovereign citizen.
Nah, you're acting like one.
I'm not.
You're acting like one.
Pardon, sir.
Okay, so when the other unit comes here, you're coming out in handcuffs.
Can we have a conversation?
We are having a conversation, but that's not how this works.
I'm not a sovereign citizen.
Okay, but you're acting like one 100%.
Sir.
Okay, but do you have a driver's license?
Sir.
Listen, do you have a driver's license?
Sir.
You are not listening. Do you have a driver's license?
Sir, I do not have a driver's license.
Okay, so I'm going to put you in handcuffs because you do not have a driver's license and you should not be behind the wheel.
It's not a requirement to have a driver's license.
I disagree. It is. I'm sorry. No, see, this never works out for you. It never does. So I don't understand why you even try it. Probably every time you get pulled over, it doesn't work.
I'm trying to be peaceful.
Oh, I'm going to be peaceful too, but you're not going to be because you're not giving me the requirements that I'm asking you for license, registration, and your insurance. You're not doing it. So I want this to go peaceful like you do.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
Okay.
I'm not doing
So, that's fine. You're not, but you're going to come out in handcuffs right now.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not.
Sovereign citizen won't come out.
I'm not
So,
a sovereign
just letting you know. Okay. So, you're coming out. Okay, you're coming out.
I'll be clear last night service. You live on the board, I'll get that down in a few hours.
Listen, like I said, I want to give you a ticket and let you be on your way.
But, so then, what needs to happen in order for you to give me a ticket?
I need your driver's license, the registration, and your insurance.
I do not have a driver's license.
Okay, so you're coming out until I can ID you.
I'm attempting to give
You have not been. We've been here now for 5 minutes.
I've been trying to give you my identification.
I don't know what that is.
When you ask
Okay.
me for my identification, I attempt to give this to you.
No.
Every single time when you ask me for my identification. Right now, I'm attempting to show this to you. So that
I don't know what this is.
because you're saying every single time.
Okay, this is not an ID.
That is absolutely an identification.
I disagree. Trip, you want to get over here so we can open the door?
It is absolutely an identification document.
Okay.
I'm not trying to be difficult.
You're being extremely difficult, sir.
I'm not trying to be difficult at all.
This is going to ruin my stats today.
Okay, so what you gotta do is all you gotta do is step out, and like you said, listen to me. If I can talk, then you can talk. So all he's asking you to do is step out, provide ID so we can identify who you are. So he's asked you several times, I've heard. And that's all you gotta do. That's not what that is.
That's not an ID.
So what we have you do is step out, and we're going to figure out who you are, and then you go on your way.
That's it.
Once I figure out who I am, then I'll be
As long as we can figure out what's going on.
I'm going to give you a ticket for your speed.
Could you not reach into your... No, there you go. You're good.
I'm not at all.
No, I know, but I
I
just...
just want to make sure that we're clear. I'm not at all.
Okay.
Okay. So can you just undo your seatbelt, and we're going to have you step out.
We're going to stop. I'm going to stop.
I don't want to do this today.
Please, I'm not trying to do this. I want to understand. Do I have the ability to understand what's happening?
I explained it to you very...
Can I ask?
Okay, come on. We're not going to do this. You're stepping out.
So when if I step out,
Yep.
You don't get to ask questions, so we're asking you to step out. So we're giving you a lawful order to step out. Okay, we've asked you to step out.
But-
So we're trying to be very nice about it. So we're giving you a lawful order. You are required to step out of the vehicle. So we've asked you nicely, and now we're requiring you to do it. As long as you do it respectfully, we'd be respectful. But we're asking you to step out of the vehicle. We're giving you a lawful order, but we're doing it in an asking way. But you are required to step out of the vehicle right now.
And you probably will after you will be leaving here without me. So
my property?
with your property, this will all be yours.
this will all be mine.
It is yours. I don't want to take your property.
And I'll be leaving.
You will be. Listen, we're running traffic. I don't want to deal with... I'm not trying to make arrests today. I'm writing tickets. Okay? I don't want to do this. I do not. But you need to step out until we can ID you. Does that sound good? I'm being brutally honest with you. Trust me. This is going to go a long ways.
No, I'm not trying to be. We're not.
Okay, just
Okay, let's go.
step out.
Yeah. Well,
Parts up. I just want to be, because you said I was going to be handcuffed.
yes. I'm handcuffing you just until I can ID you. That's it. When I can ID you, I can figure out who you are and everything. I'll be issuing you a citation. You'll be out of handcuffs and you'll be on your way. But until then, I got to do my proper way of how I do things and how the state police does, okay? Does that make sense? Yes. And like I said, this goes a long ways, okay? So can you do me a favor? Just turn around for me. Put your hands together, like you're praying. Hold on. Yep, perfect. Put your hands together like you're praying. I don't want to scrape up your jewelry or your watch or anything like that. I don't want to scrape any of that up, okay?
I'm not at all trying to be difficult. I'm not.
Oh, okay.
I'm not
Hold on.
resisting. I'm just looking
He'll explain everything to you.
Okay, now walk in front of my car. So that's where the camera, we have body cams and there's a camera right here, but I like to pat you down right in front of this, okay, to make sure there's no guns on you. Is there any weapons on you?
No.
Is there any weapons in the car?
No.
Okay, can you spread your feet for me? Okay, I'm going to double lock these and tighten them up to our standards, okay? Hold on.
Yeah, I have identification in the car as well as all of the people that
Okay, can you spread your feet for me? Nothing illegal on you, correct?
nothing illegal.
Okay, nothing illegal in the car, correct? Nothing that can hurt me, hurt you, hurt my partner, or anything like that?
Anywhere in my possession or on me at all, sir.
Oh, okay. Okay, now let me ask you this. Do you have a state ID? Because that's going to make it go a lot quicker and a lot faster for us to get going.
I do not.
And then to me to get out of your presence.
I do not have a state identification.
Okay, were you born in the States?
I was born in the States, yes.
Okay, what state?
I was born at the state of Delaware.
Delaware, okay.
I arrived here on this plane of Earth, yes, at the state of Delaware, yes.
Okay. Do you like Delaware?
Do I like Delaware?
Yeah. This is fine? Okay. Can you spell when you were born, right? I need the name that you were born with. Can you give that to me? Can you? So not that name. I need the name that you were born with.
I arrived at Earth
Okay.
as Harrison.
Harrison, is that your first or last?
That is my first name.
Okay, Harrison.
Harrison.
Okay. And what was your middle name?
I do not have a middle name.
Was never issued to you.
Never issued
Okay.
to me.
What was your last name?
L-E space M-O-N, capital M-O-N.
M-O-N?
Yes.
Just like that? L-E-M-O-N?
Yes.
Okay, what was your date of birth? Okay, so, is this car registered?
Car itself?
In the United States?
With the United States Department of Transportation.
Okay. Delaware.
With the United States Department of Transportation. That paperwork is also
There
on
is no such thing as United States Department.
I never heard that.
It's that paperwork shows right there, and it's.
Cool. Don't right here. Let me just say right here.
I have that paperwork sitting on the seat as well, in addition to my identification.
Okay. Would you mind just doing me a favor, please? You can sit right on that, please. That way you don't have to stand.
I don't mind standing.
Okay.
You said Delaware, right?
Delaware.
Okay.
The state.
Did you ever have... I just want to find you quick and get you on your way quick, okay? Did you ever have a Michigan ID?
I did.
You did? At one point. Okay, so perfect. In the same name?
Yes.
Perfect. Go ahead.
It's not, the car is not registered in the state of Michigan. Registration is
Okay. And then that was from in a different state that it was registered in?
was canceled at Michigan.
Okay.
It was registered at Michigan, and the registration was canceled at
Understand.
Michigan.
Okay. You know how long?
That's how I know.
Okay.
I don't know what's happening right here right
Okay.
now, but there's definitely something that is happening that is outside of the truth.
So when was it not registered? When was it unregistered? Excuse me. Or canceled. I'm sorry, canceled. That's the word.
The registration was canceled. That is the Secretary of State's word that they used. It was canceled in 2022.
Okay. Do you know what month on the calendar? The Gregorian calendar? Roughly? If you had to guess. Was it cold? Was it warm?
It was cold.
Okay. So that's what the words that the Michigan Secretary of State used was canceled?
Correct.
All right, Freddie. May I ask where you got that? I think you just told me, but I just want to make sure I understood it. It displayed...
The Department of Transportation, that number is what the property is registered as.
Okay.
The Department of Transportation as non-commercial private property.
Is the Moorish Nation or, excuse me, Empire?
That's a vanity plate, similar to...
I'm sorry. Okay. Just want to make sure I'm sorry.
Registered on it?
That's a term that the Secretary of State uses, so that you are the owner of the property. Does that make sense? Okay. Thank you.
Again, I'm not at all
No, that's why we're there.
trying to be difficult, not at all.
I understand. I appreciate that. You've answered our questions. I appreciate it. Hopefully we've answered most of yours.
Are you the third?
I'm Harrison Mon Bey.
The third?
Harrison Mon Bey. Harrison Lamont third is the name that
Sir, what would you like me to call you? Harrison? Okay. So, Mr. Harrison, I get what you're doing and the cause and everything, but it's a lot easier just to give your name, comply to everything, right? I don't want to get you for resisting arrest, but when I was opening your door and you closed the door, that's technically resisting. I'm not doing that. Like I said, I want to get you a ticket, and I want to get you on your way. Okay, you need a plate on this vehicle. That plate is not right to be on the vehicle. Okay, you have a plate to this car. It's expired. Okay, get the plate caught up to date. Okay, get everything registered. Be valid. That's all you need to do. Okay, maybe not take it too far where you're not having your car registered. You don't have a driver's license and all that good stuff. Just get it done. Okay, then you're not going to have a problem. Then you're not going to have any contact with us, right? It's a lot easier, right? Okay, so I'm going to issue a citation today for no operator's license because you don't have one, okay? I'm also going to give you a speed, so the 55 and a 35 mile per hour construction. Okay, I'm also going to give you expired plate because expired, I think, January of last year. Okay? Okay, I'll get you out of cuffs. I'm not going through your car because I don't care to go through your car. Like I said, we're running traffic, and I want to get on to my next traffic stop. Sounds good? Okay, I appreciate it. So I'm going to get you out of cuffs. I'm going to give you this. Can you unlock your fingers so I can get to the back of this? And then you can go to where you need to go safely, and you can enjoy the rest of your day, okay? Okay, so here's this. So you have 21 days, contact the court. It's going to be out of 36th District Court. Do you have any questions on that?
Your name's on here.
My name is on here. It's on the bottom. Yep, my badge number's on there and everything. So you can do one or two things with that ticket, okay? You can go online to the 36th District Court website. You can pay for the ticket on there, but I did write you a misdemeanor, so you will more than likely have to appear in court, okay? You can hire your own attorney or have a house-provided attorney down there to help you out with that, okay? And then, so again, no operator's license, the speed, and then the expired plate. Okay, you need to have an actual plate on the back of your vehicle, okay? This is fine if you're at home, but when you're out on the streets, you need to have an actual license plate. Does that make sense? But you can do what you need to do. I'm just explaining to you. I know you know all of this, but you just don't want to comply with the laws and stuff. But that's fine. Okay, do you have any questions for me about how to take care of that ticket?
No.
Okay, are you good to go home?
I'm fine.
Okay, have a great day. All right, thank you.
Mr. Harrison Lemon Bey the third, can you put your appearance on the record, please?
Yes, Your Honor. Harrison Lemon Bey, spelled all lowercase, HARRISON space LE space MON space BEY. That is Harrison Lemon Bey. I am the surety on behalf of the principal debtor, Harrison Lemon III, spelled with all capital letters. For the record, Your Honor, I'm not familiar with the Harrison Lemon Bey III.
It sounds like you're very familiar with them. You spelled it out. You said I'm Harrison Lemon Bey the third, or Harrison Lemon Bey on behalf of that and the surety of that. I mean, you sound like you're very familiar with them.
Your Honor.
Sound like and maybe I would guess that your mom probably named you Harrison Lemon Bey when you were born.
Your Honor, the name Harrison Lemon Bey III is a name that I am completely unfamiliar with. If this matter today is related to a name that is Harrison Lemon Bey III, I'm not authorized to speak on that name. I'm not trying to bring any type of controversy to the court or anything like that. I'm just simply here to be able to settle this matter and settle the charges and bring this matter to the close. That's it.
All right. Well, we can bring the matter to a close by taking an offer. We can give you an offer, Ms. APA Cole. You want to give Mr. I don't know how you want to be referred to. But Mr. Harrison Lemon Bey III, an offer. You want to take that offer, we can satisfy it like that, or we can satisfy it like we had set for a jury trial. And the note that we received this morning was that from nobody's fault here, the court did not summons a jury for some reason or another. That's why we're not going to have that trial tomorrow. So we can schedule it for another jury trial if that's what you want, without knowing how you want to be referred to, Harrison Lemon Bey III.
Your Honor, again, just to be clear, Harrison Lemon Bey, here on behalf of the principal debtor, Harrison Lemon III.
Okay, so Harrison Lemon Bey, what would you like to do?
Your Honor, I'd give the court notice. I'd really, I'm just looking for a plea of release today. Will you grant a plea of release?
No, I'll deny that. Okay, so how else you want to proceed? I gave you the two options: taking a plea or going to jury trial.
Do you disclaim the trust?
I don't know what that is.
My name is granted to the court for future return with my interest. I gave the court notice, and I'm here again simply just to be able to settle these charges and bring this matter to a closure.
Okay. And I gave you
I don't
the two
mean-
ways you,
Pardon, self. I'm not looking to overspeak you either. So
no, I'm sorry. I gave you the two ways that you can settle it. You can settle it by taking a plea, or you can settle it by going to jury trial. I'm assuming that you want another jury trial because you said that the first time. But you got the option of Ms. APA Cole giving you an offer of taking a plea.
Just for the record, Your Honor, this is Paula Cole on behalf of the people. It's my understanding it's just two charges today, no operator's license and no insurance. And there was a violation of basic speed law, but that was an informal hearing. I just want to make sure I have the charges correct so that Mr. Bey is aware. And certainly I would be willing to work out an offer with him if he is interested.
Yeah, 16 to 20 in a construction zone.
Is that an informal hearing, or is that up today as well with the other two?
Well, if it's in default, I don't see any reason to set it aside because it's just, you know, when we're you know, it just befuddles me how the sovereign people come in and they say that the court has no jurisdiction over them. And I guess you can make that argument, but the simple thing I ask in these cases is how, if the speed limit is 25 miles per hour, can you just go 50 and nobody can say anything to you and nobody can stop you and nobody can pull you over? If you run over a child, nobody can do anything to you because you're sovereign? I don't understand that.
Your Honor, I keep hearing well, two things. One, I heard pardon me again, I did not I missed the name, or I don't want to mispronounce the name of
APA Cole.
ADA Cole. I heard her make mention of an insurance matter. This is the first that I've heard of.
No, it's not insurance. I think she misspoke on the insurance. It is a no ops, no operator's license, so no driver's license. It is a speeding ticket, 16 to 20 over in a construction zone. It says you were doing, the allegation says that you were doing 55 in a 35 mile an hour zone. And then it's no plate, no expired plate.
Oh, I apologize.
So that record is corrected. All right, go ahead.
For the record, I did not violate the sole intent and spirit of the law. Nobody was injured and no property was damaged, Your Honor.
I understand that, but they didn't say any property was damaged. They didn't say that was the allegation. They said the allegation was that you were speeding 16 to 25 in a 16 to 20 in a construction zone, and they have you. It seems like they used the device to track your speed 55 to 35 in a 35. So it is laser. It's laser. So it's one thing if you suggest that wasn't me, they got the wrong car, or I wasn't there. It's other thing to suggest that the device is miscalculated and it wasn't working properly. I don't know what else is other defense that you could raise, but those are just two off the top of my head. And then, but other than that, I mean, other than outside of any other defense, do you say that you could just go 55 to 35 mile an hour zone?
Your Honor, again, my name is granted to the court for future return with my interest. Now, I hear you make mention of sovereign. I've heard you make mention of that term.
I mean, you may not be claiming sovereign. I don't know. That's just what I hear most of the time when I hear these arguments.
Your Honor, I'm a friend of the United States, not neutral, not anti-government. I physically reside, not statutorily, in the Union State in a non-military occupied area without the territorial jurisdiction and without the District of Columbia. I don't have a personal military. So I depend on the United States for protection and security found in Article 4, Section 4, making me subject to those protections. I spend a lot of time learning on how to comply with the law of both my creator and my government, not defiling and opposing those laws.
Okay, so you depend on, let me stop you right there. You depend on the government for protection, right? Did you just say that?
That is correct. I did just say.
Okay, so you depend on the government for protection. So the government is saying they're protecting other people because Mr. Golson depends on the government for protection. APA Cole depends on the government for protection. Attorney Harris depends on the government for protection. They want to be safe and they want their kids and their families to be safe. So when they cross the street, people are abiding by the speed limits and the laws of the government. Why do, and I'm not suggesting that these allegations are true, but let's just say for the sake of this argument right here that they are true, that you were born 55 and a 35, right? How are you able to do that and not have and suffer any repercussions and nobody else can?
Your Honor, I can't speak to that fact.
Okay,
again,
so what do you want to do?
I am simply here because I am looking to settle this matter as easily and as amicably as possible. There was a charge that was brought against a name that is in trust, and these proceedings are damaging rights to possession, title, and interest in a private trust that only Inherent Equity has the sole exclusive jurisdiction to recognize. It's not so. If this is not a special court equity and it does not have jurisdiction over non-statutory trust here today, and I know the parties of the trust, and none of the parties of the trust are here today. That's why I came in today, looking for a plea of release and to settle this matter in good faith.
Hey, look, hey, I'll tell you what. I might not be the sharpest knife in the drawer, and I'm probably that went way over me right there, Mr. Bey. And let me ask you this: you submitted this as an exhibit, sir? Did you submit these as exhibits? Is this your this license plate picture here?
I can't see what that.
This is it's labeled Exhibit C, page 1 of 1. It's got a Nissan car with a US dot 3940755 on there. Foreign, national, non-commercial, the Moorish Empire. Is that your plate?
Your Honor, that is the plate that is attached to conveyance. Yes.
Okay, that's your plate, right?
Yes, that is.
Okay. Where did you get this? Where did you get this plate from?
Your Honor, the car has attached to it a Department of Travel number.
I asked you, where did you get this plate from, sir? I didn't ask you about the car. Where did you get the plate from?
That's a private matter, Your Honor.
You submitted it as an exhibit.
I did submit the plate as an exhibit, Your Honor. I absolutely submitted that plate as an exhibit because it does speak to the fact that there was.
Okay, so on your exhibit, I'm going to find you. I'm going to find you responsible for the registered plate. I'm going to fine you $145 for that. So that matter's over with. Now we're dealing with the no ops and the speeding ticket. Now, I'm going to give you an opportunity to set a jury trial, or I'm going to give you an opportunity to take a plea on those two other matters.
Your Honor, what you're saying is that there are now specific charges attached to each of the claims that were brought against the name Harrison Lamont III. Is that correct?
Yes, that's what I understand.
So upon tendering payment, I've given the court notice of subrogation and substitution. So upon tendering payment, those rights will be honored, correct?
I don't know.
Those rights be honored?
Upon tendering payment for the $145, then that'll cancel out the no registration. Upon tendering payment of $170, that'll cancel out the speeding ticket. And the other matter will have to be adjudicated. Because the one misdemeanor will have to be adjudicated, and the 2 civil infractions you can just pay and then close them out like that. And I'm gonna find you responsible based on your exhibit for the expired plate.
Your Honor, I did not see any exhibit of an expired plate. Your Honor, I was issued a ticket for an expired plate with the plate number EJL. The name was issued a ticket for the expired plate number EJL 7110. Is that correct?
I guess so. Go ahead, Counselor. I don't think he wants any representation.
I'm sure that he probably doesn't, but you're suggesting that he would have to pay a speeding ticket, and it sounds like that would be points. I don't want points associated with that. That would be bad.
He doesn't want. Do you want Miss Harris to represent you, Mr. Bey?
Your Honor, I'm not looking for any representation.
Mr. Bey, how about this? Can we have a discussion in the breakout room? I don't have to represent you, but I just want to give you a little bit of assistance. Can I give you some assistance? Are you okay with that?
And Attorney Harris, you know, that is in default, the speeding violation. And I would object to setting it aside at this point.
It's on the docket for today.
Your Honor, I hate to insert myself into this case. It is not my business. But if this person in front of us is not Harrison Lamont III, we just need to capious Mr. Harrison and move on. This gentleman is not an attorney, unless I'm sadly mistaken. He cannot represent anyone, including a name he's now made up for himself. He can only represent himself.
Put your appearance on the record, Counselor.
Alexis Schneider for the people, P80322.
Thank you.
All right. That sounds like a fair motion.
And that's viable, but we're also getting into a dangerous territory of unauthorized practice of law. And I don't want him to pick up charges for that or any penalty for that. Mr. Bey, can I talk to you in a breakout room, please?
I'm willing to have a
conversation. All right, very good. That's very good. I'm going to put you in a breakout private room with Miss Harris. All right, now we got it.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right.
Thank you, Attorney Schneider, for your help.
My pleasure.
Right. Okay, let's go back on the record with I just don't mean any disrespect, but I just don't know how to address you. But I'll say Mr. Harrison Lamont Bey III. All right.
Go ahead, sir. So his name is, what is your name, sir?
Your Honor, my name is Harrison Lamont III. I prefer for it to be spelled capital H, lowercase a, R, R, I, S, O, N, and then Lamont to be spelled capital L, lowercase e, space, capital M, lowercase O, N, and that is the third.
Very well. Mr. Lamont III, how do you want to proceed on the speeding ticket and on the no ops ticket?
Your Honor, I'm looking to settle all of these charges today. I do not want to go to trial. I'm not, again, I've said this several times. I'm not looking to create any controversy. I'm just looking to settle this matter as quickly and as amicably as possible and could.
All right, I don't think that you're willing. I don't say that you're you don't want to be amicable about it. I mean, that you're any way disrespectful. You haven't been ever disrespectful. You were in here last time and very respectful. So you just have to either take the offer and plead to it. But the problem is is it doesn't seem like you're gonna wanna plead to it and make an actual basis about it.
What is the offer, Your Honor?
Let's get APA Cole back in here and see what she's gonna offer you. All right, let's go back on the record with Mr. Lamont Bey III. Now, APA Cole, Mr. Bey wants an offer to resolve the matter. What would his offer be? And we'll just one offer for all three.
I did, Attorney Harris did email me recently. It was expired plates, isn't that correct?
It's expired plates, speeding, in 16 to 20 in a construction zone, and a no-ops ticket.
I would want him to be responsible on the speeding. And I would do a fail to display. And dismiss the expired plates. But he would have to plead on the nose to the speeding, because that's in a construction zone, which is very dangerous.
Listen, I'm not going to, I respect your offer, Ms. Cole. Typically, if it's 3 tickets, it's one for 3. I mean, or I just have to be, I just want to be fair across the board to everybody.
You know, I understand, Judge. It's just that if the trooper, they get such a hard time from Mr. Bey. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to call him Mr. Bey, that he was very upset about this case. And I'm just concerned that if he going to get stopped again and still have these same excuses that he's above the laws, the traffic laws, and he doesn't require.
Well, I mean, and I'm concerned about it too. And I'm concerned about it to the point where I you know, Mr. Bey, you know, I don't agree with your position in society, but everybody makes their own choices and things like that. So I'm not gonna pass any judgment on that, right? But I do have a problem, like I asked you earlier, as far as you not feeling it's what I get, and I am taking the arguments that I've heard from previous people that take your position, that the police officer has no right to pull you over. And I understand your position by saying that nobody was injured or nobody was hurt, but I do have an issue with people saying that they can go 16, and especially that excessive speed in construction zones and things like that, and for them not to, the officer not to have any jurisdiction over them. I just ask everybody that takes that position, how else is there going to be order? How else is there going to be, what's going to stop Mr. Lindsay from going 16 to 20 over? What's going to stop Trooper Shields from going 16 to 20 over, or me for 16 to 20 over, if nobody has any jurisdiction over? So I understand APA Cole's apprehension. You're muted, sir.
I hear what you all are saying, and I'll continue to say I'm not attempting to bring any controversy in my times on the road. For example, on this instance, and the time that we are encountering, or the time that we are discussing now. The construction zone was that is an area that I travel often enough. And the construction zone was brand new. The speed limit there is actually 50 when it's not a construction zone. I was unaware. It was not an intention. I'm not, when I say I wasn't intending to do harm and I was intending to fulfill the spirit and soul of the law, there's no, I wasn't, I literally am only attempting to live peacefully and be in, in line with, with my God. And that means having peace amongst and harmony amongst all of you and anybody else that I encounter. That's why I keep pointing out, hey, I'm not attempting to bring any controversy or anything like that.
Well, this is an adversarial proceeding at its nature, period. Somebody says you did something, you may say you didn't. And now you kind of give me better clarity on what was going on. And I think that does make a difference when you make that statement. Like, hey, I'm not contesting that I was going this fast necessarily, but I didn't know that the construction zone was in place. So it kind of, because what I'm looking at it as, and I'm sure APA Code is looking at it as, this is 35 mile an hour zone. And if you say you didn't know, but also APA Code is looking at it as what she mentioned is that, are we going to continue to be back here? I mean, obviously for this plate, if you still have this kind of plate on your car, probably so, but that's a different nature than at least than the speeding ticket where somebody can get injured or killed or seriously hurt or something like that.
Understood. I have children. I don't want to hurt anybody either.
We can work with the speeding, Your Honor, but I'm just, like I said, the troopers get so much flack when they pull someone over and like, do you have a license? Well, I don't have to have it because the debtors and I just don't want, it'll be continued and we'll be back here and
well, I'm sure that we'll do it this way. I have no doubt that Mr. Bey is going to continue to take that position. But if we can, if you don't have a problem with giving them a break and on the speeding, you plead to the failure to display, pay $240, and we'll close the other two matters out. Is that? And then if he comes back with the speeding again, then there's just no other offer anymore.
he will plead to that if he is going to plead to that, because I know I'll have an angry trooper, but as long as that we know Mr. Bey will accept that.
So
will you accept it? Would you agree that you didn't have a valid driver's license, sir?
So if I'm understanding correctly, what we're saying is that I'm agreeing that I didn't have a valid driver's license. And
right.
What we're talking about at the end of the day is paying $240 and the rest, and we've settled the matter.
And that'll settle everything.
I accept that.
Very well. Okay. Now, I need Attorney Harris to read you your advice or rights, and that's just for the court to that's a procedural thing that we have to do. And you don't have to necessarily agree that these are your rights or anything like that. I think you want the right to a trial and things like that. I think you would want to be able to call. So let me go over those rights with you momentarily, and then we'll take the plea and we'll get you out of here. All right.
All right.
Rejoin the breakout room. Go ahead, Madam Cole.
The one thing is it going to be under the name or is he going to be responsible under his name that the tickets are under? I just want to be sure that we're.
That he indicated that he would accept that name.
Okay.
Capital H, a small case ARRISON, capital L, small case E, capital M, small case ON, the third, correct?
Correct. There's a space between the E and the M.
Yes.
We see that.
L and the L and the E and the M. Yes, all right. Join the breakout room and we'll get you out of here as soon as we possibly can. All right, let's go back on the record, Mr. Lamont Bey III. Mr. Bey, I've given you an opportunity to I guess the resolution is going to be failure to display. Can you raise your right hand, please? Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
All right, you can put your hand down, sir. Sir, do you understand the maximum possible penalty for this misdemeanor offense is 93 days in jail and or $500 in fines?
Yes.
Do you understand that you have an absolute right to a trial?
Yes.
Do you understand that Ms. Harris went over some of your other advice or rights in the breakout room, did she not?
Yes.
You understood those rights, sir?
Yes.
Do you have any questions about those rights?
No.
Do you understand by taking this offer, you're going to give those rights up?
Yes.
Has anybody offered you anything other than what's been stated in the record?
No.
Now, let me draw your attention back to March the 21st, 2023 at around 11:10 a.m. in the city of Detroit in the area of Telegraph and 8 Mile Road, sir. Did you have an occasion on that day to come encounter with the Detroit Police Department?
It was not the Detroit Police Department. It was
Did you have an
Michigan.
occasion on that day to come encounter with the Michigan State Police Troopers?
Yes.
On that day, were you operating a motor vehicle?
Yes.
And did that officer ask you to produce a valid driver's license?
Yes.
You couldn't do so, could you, sir?
No.
Why is that?
I do not have a valid driver's license.
Very well. I'm going to find your client guilty of the amended count of failure to display. We already talked about the penalty for that. And with the stipulation of probable cause, I'm going to dismiss the other matters.
So stipulated, Your Honor.
$240, Mr. Lamont Bey. When can you pay it?
May I please have up to 30 days to pay that, Your Honor?
Very well.
Gratitude.
I'm going to give you until July the 3rd, 2023 to pay that, all right?
All right.
If it's nothing further, sir, I wish you the best of luck. Have a very good day and good luck to you.
Same to you.
Thank you.